Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Tenant Farmer. My name is David. As always, it's January, which means we are in the new year, which means still nice and slow going here on the farm. We are just going to feed up everything today. We've got another load of, well, about less than half a load now of total mixed ration left. And look what is in front of us. A beautiful crimson red stealth machine. And we're going to get onto that in just a moment there, because that is the latest, I want to say, perk of being a farmer whose progress at farm and business is all being published on YouTube at the moment. That is another demonstrator. Now, you may recall, end of last year there, we actually demoed the Kubota, which was the M6, I believe, a cracking little machine. It did us very well, very nice to have a go. And then Valtra got in touch with us through our local dealer, and they've given that for a week. So we are slowly thinking about the idea of upgrading the Massey. When that will happen, I don't know. There's no set date on that at all. But we're just having a look what's out there. Now, we probably won't go for something new when that time does come around, because it's just too expensive. But you know, if the option is there to have a play on them and see what they're looking like, then that's always something you're going to take up. And yeah, it's nice to have that opportunity to have a dabble. Hoping that we can get something green to have a play with at some point. That'd be pretty sweet, but you know, we'll see. We're not going to desperately ask around or anything, but yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it. We're just putting the last little bit of ration into there. Excellent stuff there, all done. Now today, we'll just let it all slow down and then it's done. We've got a few things to do today. We're going to be out in this in just a little while, actually, but not straight away. We'll have a look around it anyway at the moment. You can see it's a fairly straightforward back end there. Nice. It's smaller and also lighter than the Kubota was. Much smaller turn circle there. Shorter chassis length as well. Inside, you do still get the good visibility. Really nice to have there. Now, this is the simpler version of the dashboard, I've been told. The other one has like a big computer stick and a computer screen there and all electronic spools, but we do have the manual spool valves there, which, to be honest, I don't mind. In its current iteration, I'm fine with that, and we make it work anyway. So yeah, we will have a play around with this, and we'll show you everything it has and all the features as we get going with it. We're going to use it to lug some bales around later on, because we did that earlier on with the Kubota. But first things first, we're going to go out in this Massey in just a moment. But what we'll do first is let that warm through. Hasn't actually started yet today, so it's good to get it, give it a bit of a tick on. So we'll leave that to do its thing. And then, well, look over here. We have had produce growing. It's been miraculous to see, and it's coming through. It's looking great. We have taken the polytunnels off just for today. It's starting to warm up a little bit, but it's all loaded up, ready to go. So this is the first of our produce. We're going to take this away today and see what we get for it. Not expecting much, but it is a start. Look at our potatoes flying along, absolutely flying. So we'll keep an eye on that. There are tomatoes in here, and then we've got a little bit of lettuce over here. So it's all going great guns, and we'll just see how that continues. But we're going to take that load away today, and then what we'll also be doing is moving a few trailers and tractors around after that, just to kind of get ourselves all caught up to date. But yeah, that is going to be the first step. So we'll just jump on in. The Massey hasn't been used too much late, which is why we're just leaving it for a minute or two to tick through. It's going to be getting a lot more usage soon, because it won't be too long until we're thinking about the spring drilling. And then there'll also be a little bit of weed in there as we look to try and continue to progress down the organic route there. We just need to get ourselves in the right place for that. So we'll see what that looks like when the time comes. But for right now, we'll just take a nice gentle stroll and go. We're not going too far away at all, but it'd be nice to use this anyway. It's been great weather so far. We had a little bit of snow, well, quite a lot of snow that hung around for about a week back end of December, but it didn't do too much damage there. Kind of insulated everything a little bit, and that's been all good. Making sure that everything here has enough water, enough fertilizer. We're using the muck from the beef cattle for fertilizer. Seems to be working well. Wonderful stuff. Alright, so let's just get some beacons on here. Okay, we're in B. And we'll go. A little bit tight getting out of here, but we'll just take our time. Excellent stuff. Might just need to spin it around a little bit more there. There you go, nailed it. And off we go. So I hope everyone is keeping well. Let us know what you're getting up to. As always there, like I say, there's not too much happening. Our main focus as always through the winter months is keeping the stock happy, doing any bits of maintenance around the yard, like the stonework here, and repairing a few fences. Nothing too major or critical. It's a bit cold for just a t-shirt. And yeah, we're just cracking on really. We'll see in about another month or so, we'll be getting back out doing a little bit of grass work. The grass that we have here at the moment is a bit stalky. It's obviously winter, so it hasn't really grown too much. So that's probably gonna get cut down at some point, just topped off, so that we can bring it back up again. Okay, and away we go. We'll also be looking to try and get a mulcher at some point as well. If the winter bird seeds is doing well, but there's not a lot left on there. And at some point we'll have to look into mulching that down, but it can stay around for a little bit longer. We have a lot of muck to spread on the field with the cover crop in at the moment. So the plan being that we will top that off or mulch that in, spread some muck on top of it, maybe a bit of lime as well if we can get a hold of some, and then we'll look to get that worked in again. So lots to do there. Not quite sure how I'm going to work it in on top of the mulch ground. That might require a bit of a disc work over. We might not be able to direct drill quite so easy on there, but we'll have to see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, looking to try and decide and figure out if I'm going to do that myself or if it will be getting the help of a bigger contractor to come in with some big like 12-18 ton muck spreaders and a wheel loader. But that's a conversation for probably another month's time. Meanwhile, like I say, it's just doing little bits and pieces. Everything is ticking along nicely. We serviced this tractor over the last week. We ordered a few bits and pieces for the loader tractor there, and speaking to dealers around what they can do in terms of prices for current tractors really that they have, and feeling that the more that we move into some of the bigger bales of hay, the more that 54 is starting to get slightly overpowered. In terms of, well, over muscle really, the weight's not quite there. Now I just need to find where I'm going with all this lot. I think it might be around the side of potatoes. We got rid of there already. Not going to find out the full cost of what we're going to get yet. I'll have to wait for the invoice to come through for that. But that being said, I think we'll do okay. It's nice to be able to start to sell things, that's for sure. Anyway, make a bit more money back from what was a fairly simple setup project, I must admit. And we'll see what we need to get rid of here. And just like that, we're done. Nice and easy, not too far to go. I think we might do alright. Bear in mind there wasn't a full trailer load there by any stretch, but we'll see. We'll see what the check looks like when it comes back through. And we'll be away. Hopefully, I'd love to see that we can get some slightly fuller trailers over the next couple of weeks with that, but we're just still finding our feet with this. Very much testing the waters out. See where it goes. But anyway, back to we're not going to go directly back to the yard. We're actually going to go and drop this trailer off over at where the last of the silage bales are, and then we're going to load those up with the Valtra. The Valtra has a weight on the back of it because, like I mentioned, it's not quite as big as the Kubota, so it's a little lighter, a little bit more compact, which does have its features and benefits around our yard in particular. But we're just going to hold off for that for now. So I will take this over and then drop the trailer off for now, load those last remaining silage bales on with the Valtra, and then we'll see. We might take one or maybe one over from the yard as well, just because we're running. I don't think there's quite enough over there, but we'll see. We've still got plenty left for our own use. We've got a bit of a plan in place as well as to what it's going to look like for us to expand the amount of grassland that we're cutting, because as I mentioned there, we are looking to do a fair bit of hay this year coming. So if we can, that'll be perfect. Alright, through we go. So we're going to take this straight up. We'll go through the fields now because I've come back through the yard. But anyway, we're going to drop this bale and this trailer off. And then we'll get that vulture and come back and have a bit of a play with that. As you can see, it's a cracking day here. There's even quite a bit of grass growing in our hay meadow here. Again, we might just knock that back in the next month or so, just so it can start to really grow through properly, because it's quite stalky. There's no value there to it at all, really. It won't make good hay. But we'll look into that one. Let's get this shut. We don't need that open now. There you go. And off we go. Anyway, we'll just shut this one as well. And we can go to the other side. So yeah, the Valtra. Only used it for a few little bits and pieces thus far. I quite like it. Like I say, it's getting some getting used to with how the controls are working here. Let's just lift that up though. One thing I would say is the loader brackets are quite high. So it is quite, given that you have, the whole purpose of the tractor is that you have a lower bonnet, lower nose, you get a better visibility. Brackets there do lift up quite a lot, so it does block a fair bit. It's quiet. You get a great view out the roof though when you are loading bales. That is good. Light on the steering wheel. You don't really feel it from the time I've been using it to load bales, but at least you don't really feel the weight on the front axle, which is good. And yeah, this is a little bit smaller than it's kind of in the middle between. Well, it's not really. It's closer to the size of the Kubota, but I think it's about 130 horsepower. This one, the Kubota was about 145 or something. But yeah, it's nice. It has a variable transmission in it, with various different modes as well, so you can have it set to a mode you can toggle through, or you can use it on like pedal mode really if you like, which works quite nicely. And let's just get ourselves out of here. No separate loader joystick, which is something I don't like. I like to have a separate control. It's a bit of a negative for this one, I would say, but it is always good to have a different separate unit. The ergonomics are nice for this, don't get me wrong, but I do feel like I missed that. But yeah, we'll anyway, we're going to give it its fair dues. Going to give it a bit of a time, doing all sorts of different jobs there really over the course of the next few days. It's very smooth on the road, even smoother than that Kubota for sure. It feels like there's less to do over here, less levers sticking out there. Gear changes are all, like I say, a lot more seamless and smooth. Manual spool valves is never a bad thing. Call me a bit old-fashioned there, but I like to have them in there. That's always fun. There's our direct drilled oilseed rape crop, which isn't looking too bad. Those weeds that came through have all been tamed, so that's good. The winter barley at the far side is looking very good as well, actually. We'll probably be looking to try and give that a bit of a kick soon. It's the one field that we won't have into organic at the moment. Alright. And in we come. We'll just load this up. Like I say, do you have quite a large amount of grass available to us at the moment? Just looking through, see what those options look like and how much we'll need and how much we can be prepared to give away or even sell. Don't really want to give any away. Oh, so you can see we tried to pick up 2 bales there, and I think we're off the ground. So we're going to be down to 1, which is a bit frustrating. But never mind, there's the one that I burst open. I think that's left in the hedge now at this rate. We've got 1 though. There you go, that's not too bad. At least we can pick up 1. And we'll just get this all loaded up, and then really off we go again. This is the last load that needs to go away to the merchants, and then hopefully that's it. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's how we're going to keep going. If you have a Valtra or have any experience with them, do let me know how you get on. Very intrigued to see. I do have a bit of trouble changing with the shuttle from time to time. There you go. But yeah, it's so far so good. Any tips or tricks that you do have, let me know. And we'll see what we can get this put towards and get what use we can get out of it. But for right now, all we're going to be doing is a little bit of simple load work, really. So we will get this all loaded up. You've seen me take this trip 1,000 times before. And then we'll get cracking along. Until next time, though, I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, and you've yet to do so, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe for more. It is with you watching that allows me to get demonstrations and have a bit of a play around with some shiny new machines that I probably wouldn't have ever thought about. So big shout out to that and big thank you as well. So we will see where this goes. Until next time, though, do stay safe and enjoy what you're doing. I've been David. Thank you very much for watching this episode of A Tenant Farmer, and we will see you next time. Catch you later.